Hi guys and gals, we're looking at a new lesson, lesson 5. This is in module 2, creating division stories. So I'm starting to look at the classwork with this lesson, and in your math book, you're following along and writing in your practice book. It's on page 51. And the first thing it asks us to do, let me enlarge this just a little bit. And it's saying they want us to create a tape diagram of 8 nines divided by 2 nines. The first thing I notice is we do have a common denominator, which means I don't have to change anything. So let's take a look at tape diagram, and the denominator tells me how many pieces I'm going to slice it up into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to shade in the 8 part of it. It's because I have 9 nines as one whole. So I'm going to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my 8 nines. And then I'm going to go in and grab it in groups of 2 nines. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it looks like the answer is 4, but I'm going to do the math right next to it. 8 ninths times the reciprocal of 2 ninths is 9 halves. Cross cancel, I get 8 over 2, which equals 4. So that checks out. Perfect. So now it says they want me to also use a number line. So Molly's friend Xavier, I think we've read something similar to this, has 11/8 cups of strawberries. He needs 3/4 cups of strawberries for every batch of tarts. Yeah, that sounds similar. How many batches can he make? Draw a model, and they're telling me they want me to do a number line. So if I'm doing a number line, and I always start at 0, and I'm going to go 1/8, 2/8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/8. 8/8 is one whole, but they said I need 8, 9, 10, 11/8. So there's the 11/8 that they told me that I needed. And then remember how I think on this problem we did a common denominator. So this equals 3 times 2 is 6 and 4 times 2 is 8. Now I have that common denominator of 8. And so I'm going to go in and chunk this in groups of 6/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6/8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't quite. All I have is this, so I'm minus 1/8. So let me also write. So I'm not quite up to 2 batches. So if I do the math, 11/8 divided by, I'm going to insert the 6/8, and then I'm going to write 11/8 and multiply by the reciprocal of 6/8, which is 8/6, cross cancel, and I get 11/6, which, see how if it were 12, it would be perfect, it'd be 2, but it's not, it's 1 and 5/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one I don't have. So that's how many batches he's able to make. Okay, let's go to the next and see what we have. This one says, I'm going to enlarge just a little bit, 1/2 divided by 1/8, and I notice the different denominator. Decide on an interpretation. So we're thinking about the measurement interpretation and the divisor. I'm thinking we want to go with 8ths. So if I multiply that by 4, I multiply the top by 4 too. So I end up with 4/8 divided by 1/8. That's what I'm ending up with. 1/8 is the size of the group. Okay, and then it says they want a model. So it could be a tape diagram or it could be a fraction bar. It's totally up to you, but I know that the denominator tells me how many pieces I'm going to have. So if I chop this up, I'm going to have a total of 8 pieces, and it tells me that I'm also dividing it by 1/8. So the first thing I'm going to put in is I have 1, 2, 3. There's 4/8. 4/8 is half. 4/8. Okay. And then I'm going in and I'm chunking by 1/8. So there's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and 4/8. So that would be 4. Now let's see how it works out mathematically. It says find the answer. So 4/8 times the reciprocal of 1/8 is 8/1. That cross cancels. I get 4/1, which equals 4. That makes sense because that's what I got right above. Then it says choose a unit. Well, if we were taught, we don't have a story to go along with this problem, but if we did, maybe we could be cooking. We could have pounds could be a unit. I mean, so we're trying to slowly build a situation that could be based on the model that we drew in 2. So I'm trying to think, if we had, let's say we had half a pound. Let's say, who should we pull? Let's say Sally. Sally starts out with half a pound. I'm going to write LB of chocolate. Yummo. And then she's going to bake brownies. She needs, let's see, 1/8 pound of chocolate per batch of brownies. So we're taking our situation, we're taking our numbers, we gave it a unit, and it's fictitious, but it's still a unit, pounds. And for this story, she needs 1/8 pound of chocolate per batch of brownies. So how many batches of brownies can she make? Okay, got it. And the answer would be 4. Okay, so it's kind of challenging, I think, with all the steps that we need to do. So in exercise 1 on the next page, it says using the same dividend and divisor. Okay, work with a partner to create your own story problem. You can use the same unit, but your situation must be unique. You can try another unit such as ounces, yards, or miles if you prefer. Okay, so the same dividend and divisor. So we have 1/8, and we also have our 4/8. And so we're going with the same problem. And just remember that in a problem, so let's go 8, let's go 2. This is the divisor, just so the divisor is here. The dividend is inside here. I know you guys did this last year. The dividend is here. And this is the quotient, the answer of a division problem, just so we know. Okay, so if we had this 1/8, I'm going to go back to the original problem. It was the 1/2 divided by 1/8. And if we know that, let's see, how about Joe uses 1/8 ounce, so the different unit of cinnamon. I have to spell cinnamon right. Cinnamon each time he makes coffee cake. We're still baking. Okay, so how many batches can he make? Can he make with 1/2 ounces of cinnamon. So, and a question mark. So this is how much he uses per coffee cake loaf. How many can he make with that much? So we're just changing out a different story, same numbers. And you could have your miles, you could have anything you want there as long as it's making sense. Okay, let's look at example 2. 3/4 divided by 1/2, and I notice I don't have a common denominator, so I'm thinking that I want to multiply that by 2 and that by 2. So I'm going to get 3/4 divided by 2/4. In the first thing it says decide on an interpretation. So what are we measuring? You know what? And consider, I'm looking at the divisor of the half. I'm still going to make it into a fourths. So I'm converting. Okay. Then it says draw a diagram of this, of what's taking place. So if I had, I'm going to chop it into the denominator, fourths, right? And then I'm going to go and color in 1, 2, 3/4. There's my 3/4 that I'm starting with, and I'm going in and chopping it into groups of 2/4. So, 1, 2, but look at, I'm short there. So I'm going to get 1 and probably 1/2, but let me check it out mathematically. So if I write 3/4 times 4 halves, cross cancel, I get 3 halves, which 3 divided by 2 is 1, and I still have 1 left over, and I put my denominator in there. 1 and 1/2, which makes, there's 1, and there's my half left over. That makes sense. Let's go to the page and see what we need to do with that. So we found the answer, 1 and 1/2, 1/2. We look at the last page that I had that on. And choose a unit. Okay, so now we're going to put this to a story. Let's say if we chose ounces. You can choose anything you want as long as your story makes sense. And we're going to go with, let's say, John has 3/4 ounces of coffee grounds in the can, in a coffee can, and he needs, it was 1/2 ounces. So I'm going back to the original problem. 1/2 ounces to make a cup of coffee. So how many cups can he make? Okay. So we have the numbers, we figure out the unit, then we can write a story to it. And then let's look at exercise 2. It says using the same dividend and divisor, work with a partner to create your own story problem. You may use the same unit, but your situation must be unique. Try another unit like cups, yards, or miles. So let's say if we had, let's say Paisley uses half, now we're going to do a cup, half cup of glycerin, which is to use soap. Glycerin each time she makes a batch of, let's say, soap bubbles. like a mixture. So how many batches can she make if she has 3/4 cup left in her glycerin bottle? Okay, and we already answered the question, but we're just coming up with another problem. So let's go. I think we are good on there. And the steps and your lesson summary to create these division story problems, decide on your measurement, draw a model, find the answer, choose your unit, then write some kind of story that can go with that. Sometimes that might be the tough part. Okay, well done.